Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered what they feel like in comparison to the moon? Or how the moon competes with the sun when the day is being indecisive of whether to fall into the arms of night before he wins her over. And he will. Causing an emotionless cycle, no room to get upset when you know you'll have each other by the end of every day, predictable, like sleep. Because at some point today, you'll close your eyes and drift into an abyss of the life you wish you had, or the life you're scared of living. It's always fascinated me to think what poetry the night sings to coax her into slumber. And if she has sweet dreams, and if her storms are nightmares, I sometimes believe the day uses the night to express her pain when she doesn't want anyone to expect it. No one will be able to see her dark sorrows linger when the sky is already black. Only feel her tears when she's ready to paint the world wet, drown the streets before she drowns in herself, unpredictable, like waking up, because none of us know if we'll see tomorrow. I wish you loved me like that. As if the hours of our lives were slowly ticking by, and they are, but as the living, we tend to convince ourselves we're full of everlasting life and forget we're dying daily, taking for granted the reoccurring moments that pass us. But there were days you made me feel special. Pretty days. Like leaves hugging trees in the spring, but see leaves all fall on their own down the road. I've convinced myself that is Mother Nature learning to be independent, because to feel beautiful bare is the only way you can be gorgeous clothed, confident on the arm of your lover. After you figured out how to be brave on your own, it took me years to understand true happiness with another only exists once you found it alone. We were the typical couple, I suppose. Loved each other more than we'd ever hate each other, and when we hated each other, we were never in love. Chasing each other like undiscovered dreams, running circles away from one another just to bump into each other once we finished laps on our train of thought, questioning each other's loyalty as we were falling at the same speed, waiting for the crash landing when we hadn't yet been able to stop this floating. I was always trying to figure out if it's you who gave me my wings in the first place. Taught me to up and away, because I swore each step went 6 feet under, until you taught me tricks of levitation with a thing called love. I wasn't sure if even you could comprehend the feelings you had intertwining every nerve in your system. You shut down my nervous system and filled the space with a butterfly. For every time you kissed my lips, it was then I understood why I was floating. A friend once told me love is cold, like winter days. The kind so freezing they burn, like loving someone more than they'll ever love you, like having them tell you they need space and you let them go because you swear they'll never be happy without you, but they end up being happy without you, and the passion you let go never comes back, just smacks you in the face cold, like your heart, yet burning like mine. I've come to the realization that I make absolutely no sense. I love people who don't want me and cut off everyone who does. It's like I'm trying to remind myself there's a heart in my chest, and the only way I can feel it is when it's breaking. We had a love like spring. It quickly turned to blizzards, a chemistry like night and day that used to be beautiful but very soon lost its charm when I left you. This poem is dedicated to every butterfly that died in my stomach in the attempt to get back to earth, to see you for who you really are. This is for every brush of infidelity, every dishonest kiss that disintegrated their wings to dust beneath my lungs, leaving me with an empty soul and a heavy cough. I know you believe I'm broken now because of you. I think you probably shouldn't flatter yourself, because I was broken long before you. Didn't feel the debris crumble off my mosaic frame, just watched it as it slipped off into the mountainside beside my feet, and I'll grab the dust left sitting in my stomach and rub it between my hands till it turns to glitter. Throw it to the pieces of my being at my feet till it glows, and then I'll cry. So my washed away sorrows mend the fragments back to one where I'm standing. I've been destroyed, but I will always come back with a stronger foundation. My steps used to sink 6 feet with every stride. Then I learned to fly, and when I crashed, all I lost were cracked memories of you that I never once asked to have back, because I learned to fly again on my own. It rained last night, right as the day was giving herself away to the moon, and instead of sobbing with her, I danced.